Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be doing our World Cup Europe qualifiers reaction to the semi-finals. And just before we get into this video, some big shockers come in, and I'm buzzing. This World Cup qualifiers is so interesting right now, and yeah, it's going to be a fascinating final, and that's going to be coming out tomorrow. The predictions for the final will be coming out Sunday. So yeah, it's going to be a interesting day tomorrow, interesting video tomorrow, and I'll be predicting two big games. But yeah, should we start? Off with the first game, which is Portugal 3, Turkey 1. And Portugal, I predicted 2-0. They were set out to win, and you can tell, they had a strong lineup, a really strong lineup, and they just, for minute one, they did look sort of dominant. They had Jota 4 minutes in, had a glorious chance spurned. It was like a crossing and missed from literally 4-6 yards out. It wasn't an easy finish with that. It was on the stretch. It blazed over, but from there you can really tell it was going to be a big game for Portugal, and they should win it. And they look dominant. And when you should win, maybe that confidence gets to you, but it didn't get to Portugal, and they were strong from minute 1 to minute 90. They looked strong. They scored in the 15th minute. A shot which hit the post, it deflected back out, and a nice finish from De Silva Monteiro. That's not even his full name. And yeah, it was a decent finish. The keeper got a big hand to it, but he pushed it into the back of the net. And then Portugal from there had a few chances which they should have scored. They should have taken. Turkey had a few chances, but Turkey, you can tell they were sat back trying to hit them on the counter. As soon as that one goal came in for Portugal, you can sort of tell it was going to be floodlights. You can tell that Portugal were just going to run away with it. In the 42nd minute, a very powerful header from Jota. He definitely made up for that earlier miss in the 4th minute. A powerful header. The ball came in, and he looked to head it back, but gave the keeper the eyes. Looked to head it back, but actually flicked it on and had a powerful header from that far out. He had a powerful header just to beat the keeper. And that's the goal which really, for me, secured the win. In the 42nd minute, goal before half time. Make it 2-0, make it tough for Turkey to come back. And then the second half started, a few chances here and there, but Turkey got themselves back into the game with a slick little pass and move play, and a very tidy pass through the defence into the Yilmaz with a very tidy finish past the goalkeeper to make it 2-1. And you can tell from there that Portugal looked a bit worried. Though 2-0, they were secure, they were comfortable. But as soon as Yilmaz got that goal, a little bit of nerves crept in. And then 85th minute, questionable penalty for Turkey. If that went in, and if they scored that, and it ended 2-2, went to extra time, maybe Turkey got a win on pens, then it would have been a questionable refereeing, a questionable VAR. There was contact, I've got to give it that, but it was a very soft pen, a very, very soft pen. And do I honestly think it was a pen? I'm not too. To be fair, this is the foot of the Turkey player went like that. So, and he fell down. Bit dramatic, but it's contact in the box. It was a pen. For me, it's a bit of a harsh pen, a bit of a soft pen. But then what happened was Yilmaz hit the crossbar. He forgot that he had to score and not do the crossbar challenge. If you did the crossbar challenge, brilliant. But as Turkey were piling the pressure, trying to get that equaliser, Nunes. Just a little quick ball in, and Nunes just finishes it off quite nicely to make it 3-1 Portugal. A very comfortable win. They had Turkey grew into the game in the second half and really showed what they can do. Turkey fell short of the World Cup this year. They will be knocked out. Portugal live to fight another day in the final on Tuesday. But you know what a brilliant display, brilliant display from Portugal. And Ronaldo, this is their lineup. They played a strong lineup. They had to play a strong lineup. It's like it is the World Cup qualifiers. They Costa in goal, Delo, Fonte, Pereira, and Guerrero, Moutinho, Otavio, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Jota, Ronaldo up front. A very strong team. Diaz and Cancelo are both injured, so that backline was a bit shaky. But overall, Portugal, brilliant win, 3-1, comfortable. And they looked like they were going to win, even though they could have drew 2-2 and gone to extra time. They still looked very strong, and they are one of the favourites to go through to the World Cup. Moving on to Wales versus Austria, 2-1. And I predicted this correct. And oh my God, Bale masterclass. It has to be said. You know, Daniel James played well as well. He had a few chances here and there. But Bale, you know, let's first start off with a massive chance from Austria. It was 4 minutes in. Wales got carved open in the 4th minute, and you thought, oh, this could be a poor game for Wales. This could be 2-0 Austria if they keep doing that. It just literally got cut through with like 2 or 3 passes, and he hit the crossbar, and it was like, yeah, it's just went over the keeper and hit the crossbar, and that was the early warning signs for Wales, and they really had to, you know, try and secure defensively. But Wales, man, Gareth Bale, 25th minute, free kick, Ronaldo type style, runs up, and oh my God, did he hit it well. Hit a free kick from about 25-30 yards out, hits the crossbar and goes in. You know Bale has that in his locker, but did I really think he'll do that? No. That was fantastic. And that's what won. No, that did not win Wales the game, but that was the building block, the building stone for Wales to go 1-0 up 25 minutes in. You know, build that momentum, build that energy. The fans were rocking, the fans were loving life. And then you know, building that momentum block, building that stone. And going into half time, they were 1-0 up. They were very happy. You know, Wales would be happy with that. 1-0 at half time. And they're like, we do need a second goal. In any game, you're not going to win 1-0. Well, you can win 1-0, but like when you go to half time, you think you're not going to win it 1-0. You have to go in and try and just make it like, try and think it's 0-0 still. Go in there, still 0-0, lads, and try and get another goal. And Bale again. It was a short corner from Wales, so I think it's Dan James into Wilson, back to Jan James. A bit of a poor cross. I don't know if he meant it, but it was a bit of a iffy cross from Dan James. And then I don't know who touched it, but it was a touch from a player. Gareth Bale took it off him. Touch. I think it was left foot, top bins. Literally, he was running there, went very away from goal, cuts back, turns and shoots straight away. Top bins. And it was fantastic. Make it 2-0 just after half time. It's probably the biggest goal of Wales' history, because yes, Austria got a goal back. It was on target from Spitzer, so it'll count as his goal. But it was on the edge of the box. He shot Ben Davies, a massive deflection, went over the keeper, so he couldn't save it and make it 2-1. Then it was a bit nervy for Wales, and then a shot. It was a brilliant bit of passage play in the 90th minute, bit of little flicky tacky play. And then Rodon with an excellent tackle. And then a shot from Austria, I forgot who it was his shot, but it was a shot from him and cleared away from Davis. That's what you call recovery. That's what you call redeeming yourself from the earlier incident. And from there, Wales were just, you know, they deserved it. And I got this prediction right. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant play, and Sam Foley would be very happy. He got home at 1:45 last night. That's mad. He had to go to school the next day. But it was a brilliant display from Wales. You know, everyone in Wales. I hope you qualify for the World Cup. It'll probably be a Scotland-Wales in the final, or Wales-Ukraine. You never know. You know, Ukraine, you know, they could be fired up to win this one. But you know that the final of this game, Wales versus either Scotland or Ukraine, will be in June. because of everything's happened. But Wales, a very good display. Could they get to the World Cup? Then they've got one of the biggest chances of doing that. They beat a hard test in Austria. It was pretty even, to be fair. 34% possession to 66. Austria dominated on possession, dominated on shots by 2, but Wales had more on target. But it was an even game. Wales, very well done to you. Very well done. I hope the fans are loving life because you deserve it. And hopefully, if for Wales' sake, they can qualify. But yeah, moving on to the next game, which is Sweden 1, Czech Republic 0. It wasn't a very entertaining game. That's for sure. It wasn't your classic. I said 1-0 Czech. It was 1-0 Sweden. It was 0-0. Not some few chances here and there. Keepers had to get called up for action a few times. It wasn't really that interesting. The first half was pretty boring. Second half even more boring. It wasn't very entertaining. A few chances though. Isaac had such an easy chance, but decided to head it back towards goal. Back into the box. So the ball came in. He could have just nodded it in, but he headed it back across goal to try and find his teammate. But he should have just headed it towards goal. He didn't. So that's another chance wasted. A few saves, a few shots went wide. Forsberg had a decent game. He was lively. You can tell 10 shots each, 2 on target. A lot of half chances. Not many full clear cut opportunities, apart from that header, of course. And then came extra time. It wasn't even that interesting extra time, but it finally had a goal. And Quailson. It was some nice link-up play with Isaac. The ball came in towards the edge of the box. 1-2 with Isaac, who passed it back towards the penalty spot. A tap in, really, isn't it? Just past the keeper to make it 1-0. The Swedish fans were mental. It was not easy. I predicted this. It will not be a brilliant game. It won't be brilliant. It wasn't like any other game. It's just a bit boring, bland. Two teams very even, and one chance taken was the one that decided this game. And it wasn't all too interesting. A few chances here and there, and I honestly did think this would go 0-0 into penalties, but nah. A big chance, a chance taken, which was a bit, which lacked. There was a few chances, a lot of target, which made this game pretty boring. Not many not like clear cut, not big chances they should have scored. But yeah, pretty boring game. 1-0 Sweden, but Sweden do make it through to play Poland, so well done to Sweden. But yeah, should we move on to the last game? And probably the craziest game. Italy 0, North Macedonia 1. Wow. Oh my days. Italy had 32 shots. Only 5 on target. Berardi had a stinker, mate. Unless you're thinking otherwise, he had so many chances that he missed. He had a few chances outside the box and he hit the target, which was quite good. But, Donnarumma, not much to do. Florenzi, they didn't have Chiellini and Bonucci playing. That's why they lost. But they were just poor, Italy. Did we actually lose this team? Now, Barella, Jorginho, Verratti, Insigne, Immobile, Berardi. They didn't have Chiesa. They had Chiesa on the bench. They had Chiellini. They didn't have Chiesa on the bench. Is he injured? I think he's injured then, isn't he? He's not even on the bench. Yeah, he's injured. But they had Chiellini on the bench. Oh, they put Chiellini on. They put the murderer on. But oh my days, how did Italy lose? 32 shots to North Macedonia's 4. So many chances, and you can tell, all through the first half, all through the second half, it was just chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. North Macedonia did really well. A few chances on target, which were dealt by the keeper. One from Berardi, outside the box, curls it right at the keeper, but it looked decent. And Berardi had another chance where he curled it just wide. So Berardi had some chances. He had some hard chances, but he had some easy. He had a big chance. And Alioski, brilliant defending for one of the goals, for one of the chances from Berardi. But chances from Barella, chances from Immobile, chances from Insigne, loads and loads and loads of chances, and they just couldn't score. All on the highlights, all over the game was literally shot. You can tell Italy were going to dominate. You can tell Italy will score, but they didn't. The clinicality of Italy right now is poor, and they're out. They cannot make the World Cup. Will the manager be sacked? I don't know if they do that. I don't know if they sack managers. I think they do. They can sack managers. Yeah, they can sack managers. Is he going to be sacked? I don't know. He might be. But that's another option for Manchester United to buy. But do you think North Macedonia could beat Portugal? But let's talk about their goal. So it's literally a hoof up from the keeper, and it was bounced chest touch from the player. Few little tiny touches to go under his feet. Power blast, brilliant shot from just outside the box. Beats Donnarumma for pace right into the bottom corner, and it was limbs. Fair enough. And the manager was like, "Calm down. There's still time for Italy to come back. And then they had a chance. Italy. The ball came and crosses it in, and then Berardi again and the header, and it just went wide of the target. But so many chances for Italy, so many missed opportunities, and it was a stinker from start to finish from Italy. Couldn't finish. They had so many shots, more possession, more passes, more pass accuracy, everything you can ever think of. They had more, apart from goals. Oh my, it was poor from Italy, and I'm very happy. They Italy lost. Whether you win the Euros, but you can't beat North Macedonia. You can beat Spain, England, Belgium, Austria. Austria even better than North Macedonia. And you still lose to North Macedonia at home. All your fans there. 3-4-0, comfortable win should be. That's what I predicted, 3-0 Italy. And then 1-0 North Macedonia. Fair enough to North Macedonia. Come on, North Macedonia. Beat Portugal. I probably won't predict that, but you can tell by the video tomorrow if I do. I don't know if I do or not. But yeah, massive game. And Italy lost it. But yeah, that wraps up the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's so funny. And the 4 teams that have qualified: Wales, North Macedonia, Portugal, and who's the other one? Sweden. So the final will be Wales versus either Scotland or Ukraine. That'll be played in June. The final will be played in June. So the 2 finals on Tuesday: Portugal, North Macedonia, and Sweden, Poland. Some interesting ties there will be predicted on Sunday. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell again. I said that twice in this video. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye.